The jury will begin deliberating tomorrow on the Karmelo Anthony murder trial. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager.
And I'm Heather Hayes. Both sides have rested in the high school track meet stabbing case, with closing arguments scheduled for tomorrow morning. Fox 4's Lori Brown live at the Collin County Courthouse with the latest. Lori.
Heather, the defense and the state both rested after what turned into an unexpected 3-hour-long break that first began at 10:50 this morning, and then when court resumed around 2:30 this afternoon, the defense rested without calling Karmelo Anthony to the stand in his own defense. Earlier, the defense called two teens who were at Kuykendall Stadium in Frisco when 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was fatally stabbed during a track meet in April last year. The defense is focused on witnesses testifying that Metcalf pushed Anthony before he stabbed him, and they asked one teen to demonstrate the type of push he saw. The defense also worked to contradict the prosecutor's contention that it was highly unusual for a student to go into a different high school's tent during a track meet. The two teens testified that unlike in football, it would not be unusual to stop by an opposing school's tent to say hi to someone they knew. And some teens with Centennial High School had sought shelter from the rain in a dugout earlier. Criminal defense attorney Bree West, who is here as a court observer, told us that the judge will ultimately decide what charges the jury can consider.
When you are in a trial, you are sort of charged with one offense. But during the course of the trial, different things come up, right? So maybe there's evidence now that a lesser offense was included. And if there is, then the jury deserves the ability to consider that as a potential sort of guilt or not guilt versus your charged offense, right? Because again, we know here in Texas, murder is a results-oriented crime, right? I intended to cause the result of death. If that's what you believe, beyond all reasonable doubt, then I'm guilty of murder. But if that's not what you believe, then what is something else that you may have heard during the course of the trial that could also be true? And in this particular case, if we're talking about manslaughter, then you may believe that I recklessly caused the death of another. And if that's what you believe, beyond all reasonable doubt, then I'm guilty of manslaughter. Or you may believe that I acted out of self-defense. I did it, you did it, it was intentional, all of the things, but there was a justification for it. And if that's the case, then I'm not guilty because I was acting out of self-defense.
While Metcalf and Anthony did not know each other, Saturday the defense worked to show that Anthony did know another student in the tent. The defense also called a Frisco police officer who testified that while it is not illegal to carry a pocket knife, it was against school policy. Closing arguments will begin at 9 a.m. tomorrow. If the jury does not reach a verdict by the end of the day, they will be sequestered in a hotel with no TV and no cell phone. Their family members will be given an emergency phone number. Heather.
All right, Lori Brown, appreciate it. Thank you.
Now we'll be reporting on the closing arguments and any developments during jury deliberations tomorrow on fox4news.com. We'll also bring you breaking news when the jury reaches its verdict online and on Fox Local streaming app.